Summary of Friendship by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Friendship by Emerson is a philosophy article about the best way for people to get along with each other. The article compares the shallow ties that most people think of as friendships to the deep bonds that really deserve the name. As he did in Self-Reliance, Emerson says in Friendship that most human interactions are a distraction from what is important in life. At the same time, he gives a model of friendship that builds and improves solitude and helps dignify the drudgery of everyday life with the rhyme or reason of philosophy. Like many of Emerson's other essays, Friendship starts with a long poem that sums up what the essay is about. The speaker of the poem says that a drop of manly blood weighs more than the raging sea. He or she also says that while the uncertain world changes, the lover, or friend, stays the same. The speaker talks about how his friend's unending kindness kept making his life better even after he died. The speaker tells his friend that all things through thee take nobler form, that his friendship changes how he sees the world. The speaker even says that thy friendship is fair to the fountains of my hidden life, which refers to his spiritual life. This epitaph sums up Emerson's idea of friendship as a deep and constant relationship in a social and natural world that is always changing, a relationship that, because of mutual love and respect, makes both friends lives better and even dignifies them. Each friend should show the other how to think and act in a good way. Emerson says in the essay that follows that there is an unspoken pity that brings people together. This is a basic human link that can even bring strangers together and make them feel affection for each other. Relationships with other people not only make you happy, but they also motivate you to act well, for example, to make a good first impression, and even to think well, like when a researcher writes a letter to a friend to work through a problem. You can't make friends, and this affection can't be pushed. Friends are people who can see in each other the deity that gives life to nature. This means that you might make friends in places you wouldn't expect and that friendship might not look the way most people think it will. Emerson says that the rules of friendship are austere and eternal, and that friends shouldn't be too close. There is an infinite distance between people and the rest of the world and other people. Friendship is about deep connections between minds, not the small joys that made up Emerson's uncomfortable high society. True friendship needs sincerity, which means being completely honest, like when you're by yourself, and tenderness, which is a basic and real connection between two people that isn't based on politeness or anything else like social progress. True friendship is rare because it requires a rare mean between likeness and unlikeness that lets people feel both a natural connection and respect, even fear, for a friend as a strong, independent, and essentially equal person. Deep conversations between friends can lead to an absolute running of two souls into one, but they can also keep being strangers in 1,000 particulars. Just like a gemstone needs to be held at a distance to be fully appreciated, a friend needs to be kept at a distance to be respected and praised as a person with a life as big and complicated as one's own, a true companion in life, rather than a source of pleasure or profit. Emerson says that his true friends are like books that he reads in depth and then puts away, only going back to them now and then. This way, he can enjoy the company of great people while also living his own life to the best. He ends the article by saying that friendship is entireness, a total magnanimity and trust, and he encourages the reader to see real friendship as something that will deify both oneself and one's friend.
About the author. Ralph Waldo Emerson was born into a religious family in Boston just after the turn of the 19th century. He went on to become a writer, philosopher, teacher, and public speaker. His father was a priest in the Unitarian Church, and his mother was an Anglican. Emerson studied at the Boston Latin School, Harvard College, where he started at age 14, and the Harvard Divinity School. In 1829, he followed in his father's path and became a preacher, just like his father. After only 3 years, though, Emerson left the church after his wife died too soon from tuberculosis. He went to Europe, where he met many of the best artists and thinkers of the time, including Coleridge, Wordsworth, and Carlyle. In 1834, he moved back to Massachusetts and lived in Concord. There, he started writing the books that would make him famous. In 1836, his first book, Nature, came out. In it, he sang about a mysterious view of nature that he would continue to develop for the rest of his life. This idea became one of the most important parts of the Transcendentalist movement. He put together two series of his scattered essays in 1841 and 1844. Some of these writings had been published in The Dial, a Transcendentalist magazine that Emerson and Margaret Fuller started. Friendship came out in the first book. Emerson was never rich, but he was able to take care of himself and his by writing and speaking. Emerson died in 1882, after being sick for a while.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.